'Tis the season, the most wonderful time of the year. Celebration with friends and family. It's time to pay tribute to this jolly month. So join us as we get into the Christmas spirit. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf, but this is Venom on the Shelf.
Now, my favourite Christmas movie of all time is The Santa Claus. It's a charming little film about murdering Santa and then taking his place. You have to see it to appreciate it.
Get on with it!
So, you know you gotta do another!
Bring it on.
Set 8 years after the original, it did end up making a huge profit, becoming the 5th highest grossing that year. Then again, it was competing with this.
That's nice.
Some found it okay, whereas others felt like it was unnecessary and the charm of the original just wasn't there anymore. Well, let's not waste any more time finding out which side I'm on. This is The Santa Claus 2. So we open on a plane. The hell is this? Die Hard 5? Yeah, and then we're at the North Pole with all the elves building a lot of shit.
Take us to ElfCon 3!
Take us to ElfCon 3!
What is this now? Lethal Weapon 4? Is this the Santa Claus or an action movie? So basically, the plane is going to see them, so they have to hide their location. For some reason. Why would they not want people to see that they're real? Oh, wait, I remember!
Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. Kids don't have to see this place to know that it's here. They just know.
Ah, that's actually clever and maintains continuity. Good save, movie. Good save. So all the plane can hear is a bunch of Christmas music before we cut to that arsehole shitbag from Storm of the Century, Even Stevens, and loads of other crap I can't be bothered to look up. It won't stay out of my reviews. He's called Curtis in this, but who cares? But hey, Bernard is back too, although they were going to recast him as either Jamie Kennedy or even Matthew Broderick. Thank God they got Bernard back! So we cut to Charlie, and yes, I did actually look it up, and it is the same actor, has grown bored of his father being Santa Claus and him not being able to tell anybody, so he acts out a lot with his girlfriend here as they break into the school and spray graffiti everywhere, before being rudely interrupted by the principal.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Principal Newman.
Wanna marry my dad? So Santa plays some American football because that's what he does, before his elves have some tragic news for the poor guy.
It's Charlie.
Sheen? I thought he straightened out.
Okay, that line is amazing. How does this movie not get more credit? But no, it turns out that his son is on the naughty list, and to make a situation even worse, there's an extra clause in the contract that says he has to find a Mrs. Claus and marry her within 28 days when Christmas hits, or he'll no longer be able to be Santa. And this hasn't been an issue for the past 8 years because... I mean, it's not even the fact that Bernard and all the other elves completely missed this in the contract and didn't mention it to him for the past 8 years. It's... why is it a problem now? They say that this clause has been around for forever, so how come it's waited 8 years? And by the way, mate, now you've got to get a wife or you won't be Santa.
You want to talk some trash?
So of course we have to have a meeting with loads of historical figures. When did scenes like this become a thing? It's even got Charlie from Friends and that dude from Boy Meets World in it.
More people lose sleep over that than anything else.
I'll tell you about it. I have 33,000 offspring.
Adult humour in a kids' film just never gets old. So Santa is feeling a tad low and needs some advice, but Curtis has the idea of creating a Santa clone to stay at the North Pole to continue his work while he returns home to deal with Charlie. In the first film, he was able to go home and stay there all year up until like November and then come back. But in this movie, it's acted like he has to stay at the North Pole all year round.
Okay, I admit it.
Bernard tries to resist this plan, but after a rat accidentally yet successfully gets cloned, they agree. Curtis starts to set it all up, even though he didn't set it up for the rat, but who cares? Why has the series suddenly turned sci-fi?
I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something about you that I like. There's just something about you that I like. Huh. You watch him. I'll be right back. He's coming right back.
Alright, a little funny. So Bernard lies to the elves to convince them that it's the real Santa, but they don't seem to really care all that much. But it also turns out that he has limited magic whilst on Earth, despite not having this limitation last time, but we need some extra conflict, I guess.
But if at any time you use up any magic for any reason, the level drops. Santa, if it gets to 0, you won't be able to return the pole.
Then let's not let it get to 0.
Gee, how long before it gets to 0? So he heads off with some really cheesy and outdated special effects to meet his ex-wife, her douchebag fella, and the principal.
Principal Newman.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since the last time Charlie was in trouble.
Well, I've been traveling for work, you know.
Oh, well, maybe if you spent more time with your son, there would be fewer problems.
Because teachers totally talk like this without being fired.
Good morning, Principal Newman.
Mr. Picardo, I want you to look into my eyes. What do you see?
It's dark, and it's cold.
These films have amazing comedy. So they try to talk to Charlie to find out what's bothering him, but he's reluctant to let anybody in, and it also turns out that the principal hates Christmas, because of course she does. Meanwhile, the fake Santa memorizes all of the rules, and he's so obviously a fake, but everyone believes it anyway, and it's done in such a goofy, self-aware way that it's actually really funny.
Well, of course it is.
So Scott's family try to motivate him to find a wife, and the boyfriend is still as unlikably likable in every way. He's such a great douchebag. They talk about setting him up on a date, but they soon realise time is running out as his beard vanishes.
Hi, Mom! Lucy!
Uncle Scott!
How's my little sweet pea?
What? That's his ex-wife's daughter. Why would you call your mum's ex uncle? That's just weird. I also love how they root Scott on to achieve this, as if it's so perfectly normal. Yeah, you can find and marry a bird in a month. So he has a date with this awkward chick who even sings in front of everyone, which is unbelievably cringy. You have no idea.
Go totally Yuletide, taking a sleigh ride.
Good.
Santa shirts, reindeer skirts.
Hey.
Watching the windows fog, drinking some eggnog.
That's good.
Fill up a stocking, spray on some flocking. Put up a tree, sports on TV. I wanna be free, yeah, to feel the way I feel. Man, I feel like some Christmas.
So she storms out in embarrassment before he has a father-son moment with Charlie about their relationship issues. They even find the magic snow globe from the first film, which is a really cool moment.
This is so beautiful. I remember when Bernard gave this to you.
He said, all I have to do to see you is shake it.
Now all I have to do is yell down the hall.
He lives with his ex? Oh, and his niece keeps asking if he's Santa Claus, which he denies. But who cares? The evil Santa plays American football and straight up murders everyone. He even copies The Rock. Meanwhile, Charlie is chased by the cops, and naturally it doesn't end well.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Principal Newman.
Want to marry my dad? So he's suspended for doing more graffiti, but Scott intervenes and offers community service instead, but he himself is even roped into helping scrape off the vandalism. Meanwhile, evil Santa doesn't quite understand the concept of the list.
We try to cut most of the children a little bit of slack this time of year.
I don't understand that. It looks like kids are misbehaving everywhere. They're running with scissors. They're always sticky. I'm not going to stop this car. No, we're not there yet. Brush your teeth. Pick up those clothes.
With a message for the kids saying they should be nice, not naughty. 'Cause Santa knows karate.
They even get a rock song! Yeah! Really? So during the graffiti cleanup, Scott and the principal start to bond before a random girl talks to him, somehow knowing that he's Santa Claus, and he even uses some magic to know her name.
Kids get so nutty this time of year.
Is she a neighbor or something?
No.
Why not just say yes? Now you sound and look a hell of a lot more creepy, you weirdo!
I just, I wondered if you would, do you want to go get some noodles?
You want to get married? So he manages to land a date with her for this party, and he uses more magic to get a reindeer as they exchange Christmas stories. It is quite funny though how she dismisses Santa being real and he gets on the defensive.
My dad went through this elaborate charade so that I would believe in Santa Claus. He put a cot by the fireplace so Santa could take a nap.
Yeah, like he has time to take a nap. I mean, you consider the amount of gifts that he would have to deliver, and then why would he nap? He probably needs coffee.
But how does she not realise it's only snowing on them? Open your eyes, lady!
I owe you one.
It's a great party. Look, that guy moved.
This film is great. So the party turns out to be dead, but Scott tries to liven it up with more magic, giving out magical gifts for everyone. He just comes across as so likeable in these movies. It really is such a sweet scene. You don't want him to stop being Santa. You truly do want him to succeed in this quest, and the dialogue is so heartwarming. So she knows something's up and questions him, but he remains secretive before giving her a doll, which a 30-year-old woman would do something with, I guess. I don't know.
What you did in there tonight for everyone was wonderful. Thank you.
Wanna be my wife? Back at the North Pole, the evil Santa, why don't they just communicate with him through the microphone in his hat like they did in the first movie? They could have warned him about all of this ages ago!
Thank you, sweetie.
The evil Santa now refuses to give out toys, but always cold, before bringing in evil toy soldiers. This just went Schindler's List on our childhoods! Bernard does reveal the truth to the elves, but is then taken away. Meanwhile, Charlie throws snowballs at the principal's house, but is devastated to find his dad there and realise that they're probably having a white Christmas inside.
It's really gross, man.
But Scott is having a bit of a problem.
Carol, there's some things about me you should know. Some personal things.
We don't need to rush things, Scott.
Yeah, we do. He tries to tell her the truth, but what a shock, she doesn't believe him. She ends up kicking him out, but why doesn't he even try to show her any proof? Hey, jackass, you still have magic left. Pull a present out of her ass or something. And to make matters worse, Charlie finally vents to his father, and this motivation is actually amazing.
What? Talk to me.
Okay, I don't live a normal life.
You live a great life
No,
here.
no, just listen to me. My friends get to go around saying, you know, my dad's a plumber, my dad's a pilot, my dad's a dentist. Well, you know what? My dad is the best thing of all, and I can't tell anyone about it. And you have no idea how hard that is, walking around with that secret for all these years.
His niece continues to question if he's really Santa, but yeah, he's not, so go away, you little bitch. Before we... Jesus Christ! Evil Santa is now Hitler! And the elves are his slaves! What the hell? This is a Disney film! Spoofing Hitler and slavery! It's not even like it was the 90s that didn't care! It's like the 90s are struggling to hang on. This is amazing!
Shut up.
So Bernard is now under house arrest. Comet ate loads of candy so he can't fly and even talks. That's dumb.
Fire in the hole! Get away!
Back home, they pull a tooth out to summon the Tooth Fairy, and this is kind of funny.
1, 2, 3.
What's going on down there?
What's acting up down there?
3.
Oh, Scott!
Oh, acting! But they literally kidnap the damn Tooth Fairy. They convince him to fly back home and the effects are so bad. Clearly they run out of cash here. Charlie confronts the principal to confirm his dad's story using the snow globe and... now she suddenly believes it. Like, she shakes it, it's a perfectly normal snow globe, and then she believes her boyfriend is Santa Claus. This is stupid. Wait, elves? Elves? I can kinda let go dwarfs, but elves? No! But oh well, evil Santa ties up Scott and Curtis and things don't look good for our heroes.
Well, I've done a pretty rotten job. I didn't check the list twice. My kid thinks I betrayed him. I hurt the woman I love.
You just met her! I've had a longer relationship with this camera! But Charlie manages to make the save along with the principal.
Thank you for everything, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I am
The Molinator!
And I won't be in part 3! Before Chet the reindeer and all of his awful CGI shows up, but Scott is determined to save Christmas and rides away on some really bad green screen effects. He chases evil Santa while the elves fight the Nazis. I can't believe how amazing this is.
Who cares anymore?
But weirdly, the effects during the flight battle are actually quite good.
Oh! You are a sad, strange little man.
Until that. Scott even ends up holding onto the sleigh, but these green screens are so bad. Before evil Santa is overthrown, the principal finds out about the claws, and the reaction is actually quite funny.
But Santa, aren't you forgetting something? No. You gotta get married.
Excuse me?
I mean, Scott doesn't even tell her about the claws. She just finds out, and he never asks or pressures her into it. So again, he's really likable. But she says yes anyway. Weirdly, I don't even think it's too out there. I mean, sure, it's rushed. I'll make jokes about it, but they've had a lot of screen time together. And come on, it is Santa. Who wouldn't marry Santa? Shut up, it's not weird.
Well, go on now.
Fuck!
Kiss her.
Oh, yeah, that too. But then Charlie wakes up the niece, takes her downstairs to show Scott coming out of the chimney. How would he have known the exact precise time to do that? And they make sure she knows to keep it all a secret, which is a cool throwback to the original.
But do we still get toys?
If you ever get to bed and go to sleep like the other kids.
You just woke her up! And that was the Santa Claus 2. Is it as good as the original? No, but it is up there. I'm amazed at how forgotten this movie actually is. I mean, everyone loves the first one, everyone shits on the third one, but this one just kind of gets a mere reaction or just forgotten completely. Not all of the charm is there from the original, but it's still present. The first focused more on the father-son bond, which is still here, but is squished in with an evil Santa subplot, which isn't bad, but it takes away the focus. It kind of needed to be here though to prevent a repeat of the first movie. It still has hilarious comedy with a lot of adult humour, the acting is still great, it has balls of steel with the dictator scenes, Jesus Christ. And although in my mind not as good as part 1, it's still a fantastic and worthy sequel to my favourite Christmas movie of all time.